So today's class is about the query processing. It comes under the module 1 of Advanced RDBMS. So the major topics what we are going to cover in this module is the overview of query, how different methods of processing the query using relational algebra, how to convert a query into relational algebra expressions, and also different measures of the query cost, the effective use of the selection operation in relational algebra as well as in SQL, the sorting methods and how it has been implemented in our query processing, the different join operation and other operations, and finally, as we seen in the cycle of evaluation of the query, how the queries are evaluated, how the expressions are evaluated, and to select the best method of processing. Okay. So these are the basic steps in the query processing, and the major 3 steps are parsing and translation, second one is optimization, and third one is evaluation. Any query like our in our system simulation as a compiler design, when you write a high level language program, it has to be converted in terms of tokens and so that it can identify the syntax and semantics of your program, whatever program you have written. Similarly here, the query whatever you are going to process, okay, the query whatever you are going to process, you are going to execute, it runs through a various steps. The first step is a parser and translator. So the parser scans the query word by word or token by token and translate to a information to a relational algebra expression. And the relational algebra expression is any query can be expressed in terms of relational algebra expression. It is a mathematical method of evaluating the query. Expressing the query is the relational algebra expression. So once it is converted, a query can be converted or can be represented in different relational algebra expressions. The optimizer will identify which is the best method to execute the query in terms of time, in terms of cost, in terms of memory utilization, in terms of processing time. It optimizes, it finds which query is the best query to be executed. So based on the result of the optimizer, you are going to, how it has been done based on the previous statistics of the data, the volume of the data, and the query what is being executed, it finds the best way to identify that. So based on that, you are going to have a execution plan to execute the query, and it is given to the evaluation engine. So based on the execution plan, the query evaluation engine will execute the query with using the data which is available in the database, and finally we'll get the query output. Okay. So what is the importance of this major steps are the parsing, the converting the query into small tokens, and identify converting into a relational algebra expressions, and third one is optimizing the query and selecting the best query to be executed. Okay. So here the basic steps in query processing what I explained earlier, the parsing and translation, then as well as the evaluation. The evaluation takes place, okay, the query execution engine takes here query evaluation plan, executes a plan, and finally returns the answer. So even though there are different methods of executing the query, but the final result will be same. But how we are going to execute the query, the method of evaluating the query depends upon the optimizer. So we have taken few examples for optimization, basic steps in query processing, and we are there are 2 major operations operators are used in relational algebra is selection and projection. Okay. So the selection is a symbol what we use is here sigma in mathematical notation, and projection is a symbol, we use a symbol pi as for the projection. Okay. So in this example, there are 2 methods to execute the query. Either you can do the projection first or selection second. or you can do the selection first and projection second. Okay. So each relation algebra can be evaluated using one of the several methods. Okay. So correspondingly, the relation algebra expression can be evaluated, and a new strategy evaluation plan can be generated. Based on the evaluation plan, the query will be executed. Okay. We'll stop. You have to see how it is.